Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Tinman here. Now I know we're primarily a horror channel, but Back to the Future is my favourite trilogy of all time. Ever since I saw it as a little kid, around 7 years old, for me, that car, the story, Marty, plutonium, everything. It stayed with me, and I absolutely adore it. Alan Silvestri's score for Back to the Future is one of the greatest scores ever done. Personally, for me. So much so, I want to share with you my Back to the Future vinyl collection. It's not a full collection. There are a few things missing still, but it's decent, and I want to share it with you because I love it. If you hadn't guessed, I love Back to the Future. So let's get right on into my first record. Here we are. First up, the original, the soundtrack. Yes. Now, you'll notice a little sticker there. It says $6.99 our price music, and someone's written OST underneath it. There you go, look at that. Imagine paying £7 for this. Oh, those days are long gone. You know what they're like now? 35 upwards, even for soundtrack. Not score, just soundtracks. But yeah, look at that. I didn't buy this back in the day. This was when I started getting into buying LPs heavily. It was like, why do I not own this? So I got it. Funny story actually. I ordered this and two other scores. It was something like, I don't know, two scores I couldn't give a crap about, to be honest. But it was a deal. I think it was £10 for three scores, and this was one of them. I was like, go on then. So it arrived in a pizza box, which isn't uncommon. That's fine. Because it's a perfect 12 by 12. It fits. It's just a great idea. Except it was 3 records and some newspaper in the top and bottom, so it was protected. Unfortunately, the pizza box was used, and they had grease stains. I just thought, oh, come on, man. Really? Couldn't have got an unused pizza box? Anyway, this was fine. It was sandwiched in the middle. I did message the guy, hey, you're sending me a bloody, used pizza box. Give me some money off. I think it was eBay, it was. I'd like a bit of a refund, partial refund. No, you want it. If you don't want it, send it all back. I was like, I want the record. So we left it. Didn't matter. Anyway, record was untouched. And considering it's from 1985, it's in decent nick. You do have a little bit of the old seam split, but that doesn't bother me and Liam. We don't want seam splits aren't a big thing. Anyway, I digress. We're going back. Now, this is the soundtrack, yeah? Look at that image. Look at that. Oh, the first 3 with the classic poster image of the car and his leg in the car, even though it's obviously not there. You can see his leg isn't really in there. But that image ingrained in my brain. And the logo, the colour, the font. It's legendary. It really is legendary. I've always found that a bit crazy how it says featuring The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. Obviously a very popular song and obviously a big hit, but wow. Could you advertise it any bigger? Really? Anyway, doesn't matter. But there you go. $6.99. I didn't pay $6.99 for it. On the back, some scenes from the movie. Classic. Doc with the clock tower. Marty doing the old guitar there. Oh, the car with the ice on it. Brilliant. So you've got on this. Well, the good thing is about this soundtrack is you get a bit of both. You get your sound, you get the tracks, and you get 2 tracks of Alan Silvestri's score. So back in the day, before the score was available on CD or eventually vinyl, this was all you had really. This is all you got to do with the score. So you had a little snippet. So you get classic Power of Love, Huey Lewis and the News. You like Huey Lewis and the News? Classic. Time Bomb Town by Lindsey Buckingham. I really dig that because Fleetwood Mac fan. So yeah, fine. Ace. Then of course your Back to the Future score. Heaven is One Step Away, Back in Time, Huey Lewis again, Back to the Future Overture, brilliant. Wallflower Dance, Night Train, Earth Angel, and Johnny B. Good. Brilliant soundtrack. 1 gripe. 2 gripes, not 1. It doesn't have the Sandman song on it. I don't know if it's a rights issue or what, but it doesn't have that. Mr. Sandman, bring me your dream. Do. Oh, I would have loved that to have been on there. And also the Davy Crockett song that's in the cafe when he goes in. That would have been great if they were included on this. But they're not. Doesn't matter. Still, Genius. This is your basic black, because it will be from 1985. Old dust jacket. There we go. MCA Records. That's side 2, side A. Got a bit of a scratch there. Was it a hair? Oh, it is a scratch. I think it still plays. But yeah, your classic MCA rainbow logo, which you get for most MCA records. Apart from that one little scratch there, I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. It does play, because I have played it. But apart from that, pretty decent nick. Like I say, 10 quid. You can't really go wrong for 10 quid. It does go for more sometimes, which I found a bit strange. But worthwhile having nonetheless. Number 1, absolute classic. So while I'm putting it back, I'll tell you how it changed my life for me. So I think it was a Saturday morning. I can remember my dad was already working, and my mum was going out to work. So the babysitter about 3 doors down was looking after me. And the day before, we'd gone to our local newsagents, and they had a little video VHS section. And you walked in, it was on your right, one there and one there, and that's where I used to look at some of the horror titles, you know, the covers that really sort of like stood out to you. And Back to the Future was there. That was the cover. And me being me, I went, oh, have a look at this. This looks good. Mum, can I have this one? Fine. She rented it. The next day, she dropped me off at the babysitter's house. And I can remember sitting down, putting it in her I think it was her dining room. She had a tiny little not combi, what are the little tiny little tellies, you know, the little ones, not combos. They didn't have combos back then. Well, they might have in 85. Anyway, and a little VHS player, and I remember it going on, and I remember loving it. But my vivid memory is I remember my mum turning up and going, how's he been? Has he been all right? And she's literally, the babysitter has said, he's just been watching that all day. Good babysitting. But no, it was like, you know, do you want to do anything else? No, I'm fine. I probably played it back and rewatched it because I used to do that as a kid. Did that with Ghostbusters a lot. Put it in when its tape ends, press stop, rewind, go for a pee, get a drink. By the time you come back, it should be getting towards the front of the cassette. Press play again and you'll be straight back in. Absolutely glued to it. Loved every second of it. And just like I say, fan ever since. Ever since. So that's part 1 of the original score/soundtrack. Okay, fast forward to 1989. Now, I'm sat with my VHS player. Well, mine. It's not mine, is it? It's my parents' VHS player and a cassette. And what I'm doing is, I'm sitting there waiting for the adverts. I'm watching some awful dross on TV. But in the UK, I'm not sure if it does it anywhere else. In the UK, you used to get this little indicator in the corner, a little black and white thing used to go, and that would indicate that the adverts were coming. Oh, long gone now, long gone. So when that would come on, right, sit down, controller in hand. In fact, no, I wouldn't even have a controller. I probably would have been there with my finger, because we don't think we even had controllers back then, 1989. And I would record before the program would finish, just so in case what I was waiting for came on, I caught the whole thing. And what it was the TV spot. It wasn't a TV spot back then. We didn't know what a TV spot was, but basically it was a TV spot. It was a 30-second clip, and I was waiting and waiting to catch a glimpse of Back to the Future Part 2. And I did catch it, and my God, did I watch that 30-second clip over and over. I couldn't wait. The fact that they were doing a number 2 and they were going to the future. Mind-blowing. So, it bugs me a little bit, you know, because back in the day I saw Ghostbusters in the cinema. That was in 1985 by the time we got it here. Same time as Back to the Future Part 1. And then Back to the Future Part 2 was in 1989. Same time as Ghostbusters Part 2. I saw Ghostbusters 1 and 2 in the cinema when they were released. For some reason, I didn't go and see Part 2 of this. I don't know why. I'm gutted. I don't think I've ever seen a Back to the Future movie in the cinema. That has to change. Anyway, Back to the Future 2 comes out. I am absolutely blown away by it because of the future element, because of the whole Jaws 19 thing, you know, the hoverboards. Oh, did I want a hoverboard? Did I? I was, as a kid, right? Hoverboards were like, they can be real. Back to the Future is telling the future. Now, they got some things right, they got some things wrong. They don't have flying cars. We still don't have flying cars, and we've passed that date now, haven't we? But they got a few things right. They did, to be fair, and I was praying that they would be real. I used to dream. You go to bed and you're like, I want a hoverboard, and you picture yourself on one. You know what I mean? Where you'd go on it and stuff. Oh yeah, definitely. So part two for me was amazing. I can't remember when I actually first got around to watching it. Would have been VHS. Blew me away. So, like I say, back to the vinyl resurgence. For me, had to get number two. So here we have number two. Now this is interesting because the first one's a soundtrack with the 2 tracks of score. These are, from now on, are just the score. So it's Alan Silvestri's score, which is, for me, is like, oh, amazing. Now that image. Now it's Doc as well, and he's got his jacket, and he's, they've got the special glasses and stuff like that, and the wheel, that they've turned it because it can hover. Oh, I love it. I love the way the logo has 2 as well at the end. Just these little things. It's just little things. But this was picked up, I don't know, quite a few years ago for a pretty decent price considering, because some of these can go for quite a bit of money. So that's your part 2. Love, absolutely love that artwork. Really, really do. Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, music composed and conducted by Alan Silvestri. Oh, brilliant. And this is, I've got to mention now, it's Drew, isn't it? Is it Drew Struzan who did all the artwork for these? Yeah. Oh, legendary artist, absolutely. So on the back, you've got side 1, main title, The Future. Oh, that track, The Future, I love that. It's when he turns up and he walks out into the main bit of Hill Valley, and then you can see all the flying cars and stuff. I love that bit of score, it's brilliant. Hoverboard chase, obviously. Flying DeLorean, My Father, alternate 1985. That's what I loved about part 2. You had The Future, you had 1985, you had 1955, and then you had the alternative, the Biff version of 1985. You're getting it right now. It had everything all in one, and it was quite dark. It really was, especially with the Biff stuff on the top of the top of his tower. You know what I mean? It's quite dark, isn't it? So yeah, I love part 2. I've got an absolute. If I want to sit down and go, right, I'm going to watch the trilogy, what am I going to put on? I normally put on part 2 because it has everything in one, pretty much. So yeah, cracking. If they ever did, Paradox, the book, Tunnel Chase, Burn the Book, Western Union. Is your name Marty McFly? I love it. Well, good. And end title, and there you've just got a bit of add-on of the picture there and the classic logo. Now this is the same. This is I think it's MCA again. So this one's in pristine condition. The cover's really good, and the vinyl is absolutely brand spanking new. There's only a little bit of dust on it. MCA again, absolutely beautiful condition. Can't complain at that. And part side 2, same again. MCA, classic rainbow logo. Was made up to get this. Really was made up. One of those inside poly-lined dust sheets. That's nice for a change. Yeah, so my complete go-to is always part 2. Absolutely blows me away. Such a good movie. Well smart. So yeah, 2. Superb. There you go. Okay, fast forward to the next year, because they filmed 2 and 3 back to back, didn't they? That's right. And Back to the Future Part 3 comes out. Now, at the end of Back to the Future Part 2 on VHS, you had the trailer for Part 3, which was different. It was a bit like, whoa, this is a bit, because they filmed them back to back, they could do that. And it kind of blew me away a little bit, like, whoa, they're going Western. What? I didn't expect that one bit. Of course, it hinted at it with the 1885 and all that, and the Western Union bit. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people hate Part 3, but I like it. It's probably my favourite Western. That proves you how much I like Westerns. But no, I like Part 3. There are some plot holes on how... There's plot holes throughout the entire trilogy, but, how does he get from 1985 to 83 to 1885? It is explained. I think it was something like the Doc... Yes, that was it. Right. I always thought, how can... I haven't got it here. So which car is it? And I've got the wrong car. I've got the Back to the Future Part 3 car somewhere, and it's got the gubbins on the top, what he does to... It was the 1985 Doc telling the 1955 55 Doc what he needs to time travel without what's it called, plutonium. That's why he had that stuff on the top of the bonnet. I always thought for a while, like, what? How can they jump from 90? You know what I mean? It took all the lightning from the first one, but that's what it is. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, cut a long story short, 1990 released Back to the Future Part 3. I do love Part 3. It's not as watched as the other two. I must admit, it's not as watched, but I do love it. Now this time, what have we got? You got Marty with the old time clock. You got Doc, and you've got Clara. I'm going to say Mary. That's a real name, isn't it? Steenbergen, whatever. Mary Steenbergen. There you go, Bergen. It's up at the top. Now, this one took me a while to track down, and this one is not in the greatest of condition. I mean, the spine is pretty battered, and you can see it's got a bit of wear and stuff like that. But musically, beautiful. Front cover looks great anyway. Classic Drew Struzan artwork again. This time you've got the DeLorean without the tire and the fire and stuff like that. It's just superb. Really is. This one has got loads on it, way more. So part 1, main titles. It's Clara. I've just realised that I've never noticed that before. Oh, that's awful. Now I've just realised on the back of my titles there, I'm gonna have to get another one. I'm not happy with that. On the back of my titles, someone's penned in all the zeros on the time. You see it there? All the zeros have been penned in with biro. Why? Anyway, so that, yeah, it literally done it on side 1 and side 2. What was the point? Anyway, it doesn't matter. There you go. Anyway, weird how you've got a sticker on the back. Original score by Alan Silvestri. Does not contain ZZ Top performance of Double Back. There's a sticker on the bottom there. See it? What a weird place to put it. I know it's near the tracks, I suppose, but you'd think you'd have it here or maybe down here. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, strange. Wonder why that's coloured. Why they coloured them in. That's thrown me for a loop. That is. Must also point out that part 2 was done by MCA. Part 3 is done by one of our favourites, Varese Sarabandi. Is that how you say it? Varese? I think it's right. Varese Sarabandi. There you go. So they did this one. Oh, you can see it better there. Look. There you go. Perfect. So yeah. It's annoying me, that is. I'm going to have to look out for another one. Being a completist and all that. So part 3, because it's Varese, we have your classic Varese logos, which is your classic red. There you go. Vinyl is in absolutely pristine condition, considering all the marks on the front cover, on the back cover, I mean. And there you go, and there's the other label for that one. Yeah, I like part 3. I like the Western feel to it that Alan Silvestri gives. It's really nice. I do like putting on part 3 score, actually, probably a bit more than the movie, to be honest. But yeah, had to be got. I always wanted, once I got back into collecting, records a little bit more, especially soundtracks and scores and stuff, that I always thought I've got to get the originals just for the fact. I mean, you get more on the expanded Mondo versions, that's fine, but these are just, they'd look good framed, wouldn't they? Not that you'd frame them, but you know what I mean. If you copied them and put them in a record thing like that, because that's a copy. That isn't a real. That's a photocopy. You know what I mean? Not putting my real Power Slave in there. No. So yeah. So there you go. That's the original trilogy of Back to the Future. So let's fast forward to 2015, the year that Marty went to the future, and one of our favourite labels at the time, Mondo Tees, whatever you want to call them. We call them Mondo Records. Mondo released expanded score of the Back to the Future trilogy. And once I heard that was coming out, I didn't get these on release, but I got them pretty soon after. They released expanded versions of the first one, Back to the Future. Great artwork. Personally, I love them, but I'm a bit of a sucker for the original artwork, the Drew Struzan one. But these still look amazing, to be fair. So yeah, so there's Marty there on the clock tower, electric going up the legs. lightning bolt hitting the top of the guitar. A lot of people don't see that. You see that there, lightning bolt at the top. Now these are all available as posters. That's what Mondo did, didn't they? And but then of course, you know, you can get them this way. The gatefolds on all these are the best thing. The best thing about the releases, as well as the records themselves. So that's the first one. It's an expanded score, so it's gatefold. We'll get to the gatefold in a minute. On the back, tyre tread, and now you get 4 sides of the full score. And that you never had this before because the first one was a soundtrack, so this is like the full release. Side A, logo, DeLorean reveal. I'm not going to go through all of them. There's some cracking belters on this. There really is. That DeLorean reveal, that's where the truck opens and all the smoke comes out and it backs off the... And I always thought that when it backs off and the DeLorean makes that hissing noise, I always thought that was part of the car. It's part of the score. It's on this. It's like a whistly noise. It's part of the score. So, anyway, the Mondo released this, and then of course all of them have a very similar gatefold. The first one being, oh, look at that clock tower with the lightning. Oh, do you know I had all 3 of these as my background on my phone for a long time. That is amazing. You've even got the wire. You've even got Doc's wire leading down as well, and the lightning strike. Oh, such a good image. Such a what's the word? It's not basic. It's a striking image that can go over one complete gatefold. You know what I mean? It's one thing that's happening, but it's covering the entire gatefold. It's fucking beautiful. I love it. I really do. Look at that. So good. So, when it came to the vinyl... Oh, before the vinyl... Oh, of course, you have these. I forgot all about these. Oh, look at that. Disconnect capacitor drive before opening. Shield eyes from light. Flux capacitor. So nice. So well done. On the back, Back to the Future... Music composed, conducted and produced by Alan Silvestri, and you have, let's have a look, recorded at blah blah blah, tells you who it is, musical editor. Has it got the actual orchestra? No, it doesn't. That's I always think that's a bit disappointing. I think they should add your orchestra in. Yes, you can name the orchestra, but I think it's nice when some scores show you who they are, what they did. It's a little thing of mine. There you go. Artwork by Matt Taylor, that was it. I couldn't remember who done the artwork, because Matt Taylor did the posters. So there's your little thing there. Put that on there. Okay, so nice black dust covers. Electric Blue Splatter was the title. And my God, is it? Oh, I've done C. Doesn't matter. It's all pretty much the same. Done side C first. Lovely electric blue splatter. Now these got re-released. They released them on black, and they released them on this, and they pretty much sold out. And they did reissue these. A lot of people have complained, saying, "Oh, the sound on the first run was awful." I'm not one of those type of people. I put it on, I hear the music, I'm fine. You know, pops and cracks. It's vinyl. Get used to it. You know what I mean? You want perfection? Buy a CD. Plain and simple. Anyway, look at that. Beautiful inner labels. White. Side C. What I love about the labels on the back. Time circuits. Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me, Mondo. Absolutely love it. Look at that. Beautiful looking vinyl. Stunning. So that was the side C. It should have been the A, but there you go. Next one. This is your A. So yeah, similar premise. Electric blue splatter. Look at that. Beautiful. Really is. Oh. And the other side, lightning. The lightning strike. Amazing. Superb. Absolutely. The fact that it's expanded as well. It's a complete thing, isn't it? And you cannot beat having complete scores, because that's what we want. That's what we want as fans, isn't it? You want the whole thing, the whole magoola, as they say. Okay, part 1 down. Next up, part 2. from, I think, is it another Matt Taylor poster on this one? We'll check when we get in there. I think it might be. Yeah, great. I love the full image of this. You'll see it now in 2 variants. Ooh, beautiful. Very nice. The DeLorean flying in on the 2015 Hill Valley. Such a good image. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I think another reason why I'm more of a fan of the original is it's something that's nostalgic, and I love the Drew Struzan art, but also the logos are not the colours of the original, because the colours striking to me, the orange and yellow with the blue outline. This is less striking, but still good. Now I've had this issue on a few records. You seen that? Look at that. Apparently that I spoke to a few people on the Movie Wax Facebook page is when your records are shoved in too much and they fold, it causes the creases. Kind of can't get rid of that now, but still, I've got the records. That's the main thing. So yeah, part 2. What a film! What a score! Part 2 score expanded. Oh, listen to this one an awful lot. Really do. Back to back / It's Your Kids main title extended version. The future chicken. Oh, there's so much more than the other one. It really is well smart. So then, like I say again, more of the poster, the tread, all the gumph, gatefold. Get ready for this one. Look at this. Oh, I love these gatefolds. I think the gatefolds are better than the front covers. I do. And this time you've got this flying DeLorean there, which is mad because you'd have more, because there's more than one car that flies in 2015. But still, it's smart. It really is, and it's got the fancy glass, isn't it? That Griff and his gang go through, don't they? They smash through. And even got that on it as well. Nicely done. Really smart. Love it. Love it. Ooh, that didn't sound good, did it? Right, let's have a look at the... see, it's gone in again, look. Yeah, I've got the same problem. It goes too far. I think that's what the issue is. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, it's definitely gone too far. You know why? Look at that. It's folded round. It goes too far. The only issue I'm having with this part 2. Bend that back. What have we got this time? Mr. Fusion. Classic. It blew me away when, what do you need for fuel? And he emptied a can in there and a banana and loads of an orange banana peel. I was like, what? Is it plutonium based still? I don't know. But yeah, Mr. Fusion. Classic. On the back, same again. All the gumph. Blah, 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 blah. Artwork by Matt Taylor. Yeah, he's done them all. He's done the whole trilogy. That's fine. That's cool. We love it. There you go. Right, we'll get the first one out. Oh, I've got side A this time. So, electric blue splatter again, but this one has a slight difference. Side A has white in it. Oh, look at that. Well, nice. I love that. That is really cool. I love splatter. Hence the name. Splattered vinyl for me is me and Liam. It's artwork. It really is artwork. It really is. Beautiful labels. Side 2. What have you got? Is it the flux? It's the top of the. Oh my god! I never even noticed it till now. I thought it was just the flux capacitor. It's the flux capacitor, and it's been opened. And what can you see in there? Cans and bottles. You see it? Cans and bottles, all filling up the flux capacitor. Perfection, Mondo. Tip the old hat. I know that this whole trilogy was a labour of love, but from Mo. Mo, who's no longer with Mondo now, but Mo was like, we need Back to the Future out, and this is, I think, one of his projects. And Mo, you done an absolute cracking job. Really did. We're not going to put them back in because we're going to have a nightmare with this whole fold-in issue. So what we'll do is we'll just get them out for now. So C, same again. This is all one-sided though. Look at that. Woof. Nice. Blue and white. Beautifully done. That's what I love about splatter. And no two are the same. That's what's great about it. I love it. Great. On the back, time circuits. Oh, so good. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we won't put them away because I'm going to have a bit of an issue, I think, with this whole card thing. So I'll stick them down here for now instead. Good plan. All right then, 2015 again. We have Back to the Future Part 3. Love it. Love it. Expanded score again. Got loads on it. All of them expanded. So good. I've seen the full image of this one. This is a nice one with the Indians changing the chasing the DeLorean. Oh, it's great, isn't it? Yeah, superb. Really is. So there you go. On the back, full expanded score again. More of the image, more of the tyre tread. Well expanded. Oh, and what do you get on this? Track 27. Yeah? Double back. Extended version. Oh, we get it in the end. There you go. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Ready for this gatefold? I love this one. This one's good. Ooh. Look at that. Hill Valley before it was Hill Valley. Clock Tower not completed, like in the movie. Superb. Excuse me. Yeah, I love it. I love all three of them. Like I say, I had them all three of them not joined together, but as one in front of the other. That's the background on my phone for a long time. So good. Brilliant. Just a couple of birds flying around. That's all there is. Uncompleted. Love it. Love it. Okay. What we got here? All right. Part 3 is. It's what I was talking about before. It's what the 85 doc did to help the 55 doc go back. Not to the future. Go back to 1885, isn't it? Top of the DeLorean. It's well smart. I love it. Part 3, Gumph on the back. Same again. Same old stuff. Same old goodness. There we go. Now this one, your first one had the blue, and your second one had the blue and the white. But this one to me is my favourite looking of the 3 Mondo because it looks 3D and it's totally different to the first two. Not so much on this one, but you'll see it more on the second one. Yeah, this isn't as much looking 3D, but look at that. Nice aquary blue. Very, very nice. Same labels again. All squidgy splatter. Can't go wrong. It looks almost like, it looks like spirits flying off, you know what I mean? It's like something from Poltergeist type of blue going on there. Inner labels, the sticks of dynamite. So good. What a touch. Very, very nice. Absolutely love that. Really do. Love the colours on this one. It just really pops. The next one though. The next one. Whew. Next one's the prize, baby. This is this one. I thought they both looked like this, but it must be just side C and D. This one looks 3D to me. I've always loved how this one looked. There we go. Ready? Oh, look at that. It looks layered to me. It looks like it's layered. Yeah, it looks like you could literally go behind those. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if my angle is showing it, but it looks like you could literally, like cloud, you could fall behind it. It's beautiful. Definitely my favourite looking one. Well smart. And on the back, same sort of effect, but with time circuits. Oh, I love it. That was a tiny little bit of dark blue there. Never noticed that before. A little bit of dark blue bleeding through. So well done. So well made. Mondo. Mo, more importantly, you did it, sir. You did it. Smashed it. Part 3. Okay, we're coming close to the end now. Now, I must say that I am devastated that I haven't quite been able to get my hands on the big box set, the Plutonium box set that they released. Beautiful, stunning box set. All with different artwork. All with different gatefolds. And all with different colour vinyl. I love it. But it's just, every time I go to think like I can probably afford this, I can't. So I can't get it. And it's just as time is progressing, it's getting more harder and harder to get. The price just keeps going up and up. And it's like, the sign of the times at the minute, it's a bit like, I can't afford to. I could get it, yeah, but there's other things, there's normal stuff I have to do, grown-up stuff you have to do that preventing me from getting it, but I will get it one day because I need that Plutonium box set. Just the fact that every score, score's the same. Every bit of artwork in the vinyl, all different, all beautiful. Cannot wait. Saying that, I did get this one. This is the last one I got, and I'm quite happy with this one. I think it was an eBay find for 20 quid. Some lady was selling it, and I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I was like, oh my god, 20 quid? Yes, go on then, bought it now. And it's the 2020, yeah, it was 2020 reissue of the soundtrack from the first one, but with brand new Drew, I say brand new, it's not brand new, with different alternative Drew Struzan art. Now this artwork is interesting because these were the early concepts he came up with before they went with the original classic leg in the door of the car. Now, I know this image, it's ingrained in my brain. Why do I know this image? Because after the trilogy was out and completed, there was a movie book that came out. So this was released, a Back to the Future, the official book of the complete movie trilogy. I've had this since it came out in 80, would have been 90, in pretty good condition considering, featuring exclusive material on the latest blockbuster movie. I've had it a while. UK price of $4.95. This is a great little book. It's got all bits about the movie in it. What I especially love about this book, it has a special on the hoverboards. Oh, I used to read that all the time. What I love about this has the space-time continuum. Actually shows where he goes from here to there to alternative and back. It's well smart. Oh, it's good, and it gives you the timeline of it as well. You know, the list of where he goes and where, 1985 1, 1955 2 to 8. It's great. But the reason I'm showing you this is that, like I say, the artwork was ingrained in my brain because at the back of the book, different Drew Struzan artwork, and there is the one in question. Now, there have been reissues. I think it's this one here. No, was it this one? I think there's been reissues of this record again, but with different artwork and different colour vinyl. I don't own that one. And they go silly money now. But that's how I knew the image. Superb. So back to the record in hand. You got alternative artwork, and I think it's great. I love it. I really do. What we do at home, we have a thing is when we sit round in our dining room, and me and the missus and the kids, we have tea, I always put a score on, or a soundtrack. Sometimes a soundtrack, 'cause it's a bit easier on the listening while we have our tea. And my youngest lad requests this all the time because he loves the colour of the vinyl. He loves seeing it go round. Yeah, don't blame him. And he always says that Marty's stuck in the clock. Marty's, put the one, Marty stuck in the clock. So yeah, so that's it. But that's one thing we do. It's a family thing. Is we always put soundtracks on or vinyl on while we have our dinner. It's a thing, and I think what do we have on tonight? Ghostbusters soundtrack. We're saving the day and all that on it. It's just part of our thing now. So yeah, that's the front. Back, brilliant. More Drew Struzan artwork. Well smart. Power of Love, Time Bomb Town. There's nothing different than the first one. It's just a reissue. Mondo had done. But with this, what I loved about it was you get some extras. You get quite a few little extras. So let's get the record out. Pull out these extras. Is it more than one or is it two? I can't remember. Let's have a look. I can't really remember. I think it's just the one. So, a replica of Save the Clock Tower, the flyer. It's just a nice little touch, isn't it? Save the clock tower, save the clock tower. And, wait for it. On the back. It's even got, do you know what they've done? That's clever. I never even looked at it properly. Music from the motion picture Back to the Future, 35th anniversary vinyl reissue credits. So it's the 35th anniversary reissue. I never even clocked at that. Clocked it. Pun intended. There you go. Nice touch. Nice touch. This though, the clock tower's gone. This is why my boy always asks for this record, because it looks like this. Look at that tricolour. Oh, I love a good tricolour record. I've got a few. Not as beautiful looking as that. Blue, red, silver. And a nice little bleed on some of the others at the corners as well. Ah, it's well nice. Classic labels. Very similar to the Mondo ones. There you go, side A. Side 2. Look at that. Requested quite a lot by my boy. Solid vinyl as well. Oh, no bend in that. Absolutely perfect. So there you go. That is my current Back to the Future vinyl collection. Not fully complete. I mean, I'm not one of these mad completists that wants the Japan presses, and I looked actually. I did a bit of research and checked up on the first one to see how many pressings there were. Insane. This was such a big hit, the first one, that it was pressed in nearly probably every country in the world, bar a few. There's literally a version out there for most countries. It just blew my head off. I ain't bothering with that. I've got 2 versions of one. I'm happy with that. And I've got the scores twice. Perfect. That's all I need. Absolutely perfect. I do want that, what's it called? The Plutonium box set though. That is a must. I definitely need that. But Back to the Future, for me, one of the greatest trilogies of all time. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is cool because it's different. It's not horror. It's a big love for me. But yeah, come back, check out some more horror soon. And until next time, people, stay safe, stay tuned, stay sick. Tinman